Children, a ubiquitous resource is found everywhere. In every place you will find things like air, okay, and a localized resource which is found in certain areas of the world only. It's not found in everywhere. Like we cannot find coal everywhere, okay, iron ore everywhere. It depends on the place. So uh, uh, distribution, on the basis of distribution we classify them into ubiquitous and localized. Children, the next classification we will see is when resources are based on natural resources based on their origin. We can classify them into two groups, which is abiotic and biotic. So you can see abiotic resources are non-living resources like the soil, rocks, minerals are abiotic resources, and biotic resources are living, plants, animals are biotic resources. Now children, the distribution of natural resources depends upon number of factors. Now the distribution is uneven and unequal all over the world. We do not find all the natural resources in one place. Now what are the factors that depends on the distribution of natural resources? It is terrain, that means the highs and lows, whether it's a desert or a fertile land, and depends on the climate, and altitude, the height of the place. So these three factors depend on the resources that we have. Okay, they are terrain, climate and altitude. So children we have seen three types of resources: natural resources, yes, and we have seen the classification of natural resources. Now we will go to the next one, which is human made resources. Now what are human made resources? Things that have been made by man. Sometimes natural resources become resources only when the original form has changed, like iron. What has man done to iron ore? It was not a resource until man learned how to extract iron from it, and from that iron he made steel, and then he used this natural resources to make buildings, bridges, roads, machineries, vehicles, which are also this is what is called as human made resources. And he has also used technology is also how has man made mobile phones and cars. That means he has used technology for all this. Yes, building bridges, technology is required. So technology is also a human made resources. Now human made resources may not be provided to us by nature. Human beings, with the use of the intelligence and their skills, they manufacture on their own. Examples, as you have seen here, you have seen there cars, mobiles, bridges, your internet. All this has been created by humans. So these are called as human made resources. So children, we have seen the kinds of resources. We have learned about natural resources, human made resources, and now we will see human resources. Now human resources include people who serve us in any way. Like people can make best use of nature to create more resources when they have the knowledge, the skill and technology to do this. Now who are these human resources? They serve us in many ways, like your teacher, your doctor, carpenter, cobbler, etc. All these are human resources. And how we can develop them? If two things are very important to develop human resources, it's education and health. Education and health, they help in making people a valuable resources by improving the quality of people's skills, by giving them proper education, giving them skill trainings, and seeing that they are healthy. That they will be, now if they are healthy and had the proper skills and education, they will be able to create more and newer resources. And that is why our country has a department in ministry which is called as the HRD ministry, and where the role of that ministry is to see what kind of education, what kind of skill developments can be brought into the country, so that we can train our people, which will be more valuable for the country, and they can create more newer resources for the country. Children, now that you have seen the importance of resources, we need to conserve these resources. And one thing that you must know is a term called resource conservation. It is a concept of using resources carefully so they do not end up quickly and they can be used in future. Now our future generation also needs these resources, so But if we keep using them at a fast pace, they may end up soon posing problems for the future. So we should use our resources in such a balanced manner that we satisfy our own needs as well as conserve them, save them for the future also. So when we save them for the future, we also satisfy our needs and help the future generations to have those resources. This concept is called as sustainable development. Now, what are the principles of sustainable development? You can see the principles. There are 6 main principles. We must respect and care all forms of life, and we must improve the quality of human life, conserve the earth's vitality and diversity. We must not keep on using it, taking out all kinds of resources from it, taking out the coal and using it up quickly, all the petrol, the coal, it's now depleting at a very fast rate, cutting down of trees. You see the animals are getting extinct, even the plants and floras are getting extinct. So we will have nothing for our future generation. And we must minimize the depletion of natural resources. Use it carefully so that it remains for the future. We must change our personal attitude and practice towards the environment. Yes, we must not indiscriminately cut trees or waste water, so that we must conserve this. And we must enable communities to take care of their own environment. We must tell each and educate each and every person in our neighborhood, in our society, that they must take care of the natural resources.